The thing doesn't need introduction. But the fact that he's in the service, he's sitting as the primates were saying. That's the truth. But you see, anybody that is making noise for recognition is a sign that you have lost it. When you make noise, let me tell you, for those people who have cars, when you get to your house, there's a way you horn. Your children will know, daddy, not daddy horn. No. If you don't have a car, there's a way you walk. So that one, not daddy footstep. But if you have to enter your house and say, don't you know I'm your daddy? Then you have a problem. By the special grace of God, I don't need introduction. I have the name and I am the one standing here. That Babylonians that we are seeing today, we will not see it again. As a matter of fact, I belong to that school of thought that if I am the only person that needs to stand on that side of right, I will stand there. I don't need anybody to stand with me. I cannot give my kidney or my liver to anybody. I won't. If that is the only reason for me to be loyal, I will not be. They even said they don't know what we are doing. It is this same fubara that is building a general hospital, which I also included a psychiatric hospital, because they will need it very soon in their place.
So that was Governor Fubara several months ago, essentially counting his chickens before they were hatched. Little did he know that a day like this would come.
We have fought. I think in my own assessment and in the assessment of anyone that is here who genuinely, if you're genuine in this struggle, you will know that we have done what we need to do. At this point, if you want to be truthful to yourself, not lying to yourself, the only solution is peace. I didn't say that there is no price that is too big to pay for peace. I meant it, and I am still ready to follow you to the end. Nobody can take away the role my other played. That's the truth. Yeah, we have our differences that led to this, but nobody here will say he doesn't know the role the man played. Nobody will say he doesn't. Nobody can waste away the risks he took. Yes, at the point we had our differences, and if today there is need for us to settle, please, anyone who genuinely believe in me should understand that it is right thing to do.
Governor Fubara, please don't try to pull a wool over our eyes. Truth is, you weren't necessarily calling for peace. You actually went into battle with your godfather and lost. And as the saying goes, when two powers collide, the lesser power must bow. And that explains why you are now sober. Well, it's a good thing now you now acknowledge the relevance of Wike in your political emergence. But it still looks like there are some of his supporters that are angry that he went into a peace meeting with his former boss. You know, I understand their frustration, but I think the suspended governor is actually doing the right thing. Even though some of the things he's now doing ought to have been done about a year ago. But as the saying goes, it's never too late to do the right thing. Truth is, anyone telling him to confront Wike or not honor the agreements they reached at this meeting with the president doesn't really care about the governor or the state. And I'm not suggesting it's not okay to liberate himself from Wike, but doing that must require some high-level political and spiritual strategy. What some people might call stooping to conquer.
Look at the projects that we initiated. Big road have been abandoned. Look at other things that we initiated. Without this crisis, by now I know where we have been. We know the progress we have recorded. We know areas that would have developed in these states better than what it is today. So there is need for this peace. That is the truth. Like I said, it's heavy, it's bitter, but we must accept the situation and move on with it.
The governor should have remembered all that when he was busy blowing hot, even at the very slightest provocation. He should have remembered it was he who was always going to be the ultimate loser. He should have remembered he wanted to leave an enduring legacy. But what did he do? He opened his door wide open to crisis merchants in and around the state to take advantage of the situation. Now, over 2 years have gone by, and there's very little to write home about. And I don't even know how it turns things around in such a very short time. Because as we speak, politicians in the state and indeed across Nigeria have already started planning for the 2027 elections. Something that I think might significantly affect its own direction of travel.
If I can abandon you, that is one thing I need to say here. And it must not be, everybody must not have position. No. This is a time for me to prove to you that I care for you. When you don't have anything, is this still answering us? Those are the things we should be looking forward to. And I make my commitment here that whichever way it goes, I'm not going to abandon anybody.
Truth is, the vast majority of his inner circle asking him to fight are doing so only and simply because of their own selfish interest. So in the end, everyone is just simply looking out for their own selfish interest. And the governor will be very stupid not to look out for his. You know, quite frankly, I'm indeed happy for him that he has opted for this option of peace. And who knows what might happen before the next general elections? Who knows if he will still be able to contest the next election? Who knows if he and Wike can get back together even stronger than previously? Who knows? After all, this is politics where you never say never. In any case, for any or all of this to be possible, Governor Fubara must first remain as governor, which is another way of saying when there is life, there is hope.